Everyone, it's Sue Flunk Poo. Just this is not gonna. This video is not gonna be included in the regular episodic series of videos that I do. This is just me having just found out that Carrie Fisher has passed away. I had heard Friday that she had suffered a heart attack on a flight from London to LA and had just come home from, ironically, watching Rogue One and how that movie ended to find out or that she had passed away. Um, you know, I'm not processing this the way that some other celebrities have. I guess celebrities, um, especially those who didn't even grow up with Star Wars, so to speak, at least not like I did. See, people from my generation, we, for the most part, were alive when the first movie came out, and then the second and third, obviously, and then everything else that's succeeded the first movie. So I think there are a lot of us that feel a very deep, not necessarily um, better connection to the Star Wars films as anybody who's come to watch them after those of us who originally saw them when they came out. But it is definitely deep. So as far as celebrities go, some of them are just losing their flipping minds over it. You know, trying to cut Patton Oswalt a break, but he's like, we need to just get it into this, into this prank of a year, and I understand where he's coming from. At the same time, I'm just kind of like, really, dude? Because the reason why I kind of understand why this has been a hard year for him in particular is because of the loss of his wife. But I guess I'm just kind of trying to understand his grieving process because I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not a celebrity that somehow I just don't believe that I would take the loss of Carrie Fisher so hard to go ahead and put a tweet up that you know says fuck 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 or whatever it is. I'll try to find it, post it up here, because right now what I'm essentially doing, not that you care, is I'm just recording a voiceover log and then I'm just going to add it into the film editing. But either way, I mean, it was enough for that his wife passed away. But then you have somebody like Patton Oswald, who a lot of us have seen his tweets, is probably having a hard time processing the fact that Donald Trump is the president of the United States. And I kind of had a feeling that Trump was involved in that somewhere. And even though he didn't, sure enough, any one of a couple of his followers anyway, had to mention Trump in this whole thing. Yeah, couldn't can't just acknowledge the fact that Carrie Fisher has passed away. We now have to cry about Trump being the president on top of that. Anna Kendrick. No, no, fuck no. This woman's a legend. And I'm sorry, but at some point you've got to understand that people pass away, no matter if they're a celebrity or a legend, or yes, both. I guess I'm just kind of like wondering what the hell is going on in the minds of some of these people that they are reacting this way to Carrie Fisher's passing. Me personally, I'm sad to hear about it. If I should be alive long enough that you know everybody else, like Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Peter Mayhew, anybody else that's been in the original trilogy start passing away, that it's going to be something for process, and I'm going to be sad by it. But life goes on. And I don't know, I just personally, not being a psychologist, don't know that this is the best way to process grief. No, it is what it is. Um, and again, spoiler alert, just having seen the new film and how they managed to get Carrie Fisher in there as Princess Leia, as a young Princess Leia was interesting. It also got Grand Moff Tarkin in there too. Oh, the wonders of technology. I am terribly, well, not terribly grieved. I'm sad to know that Carrie Fisher is gone. She's no longer with us. And but she will be forever immortalized in everything that she's done. Her books, um, her Saturday Night Live appearance, which I can still remember parts of that. They saw that when I was about 5 or 6, and it was great. If I remember correctly, she sang on that appearance. I don't recall if she sang very well or if she lip synced, but whatever. And of course, being an 11-year-old when Return of the Jedi came out, actually maybe not even quite 11, and then going through adolescence and adulthood with her in the slave metal bikini. I mean, that that sticks with most men anyway that have ever seen this movie. Man, I really loved her in When Harry Met Sally. I loved her in The Blues Brothers. I never did see Shampoo that she was in with Warren Beatty. And there are a lot of other films that she was in that I just never saw. She'll definitely be missed, and I don't know, and this is not really that important. I don't know what that does for the rest of the series. I don't know if they had planned on using her, if at all, and if they were going to, how much the Princess Leia character was going to be in the next 2 episodes of the Star Wars series. It's definitely going to be interesting. Um, Man, the more I think about it, the more it saddens me. But at the same time, this is a woman who I had no real connection with other than from a cultural conscience. It's not like I've lost my mother or father all over again. But you can definitely feel the loss for somebody that you've known of anyway for the last 40 plus years. If you're as old as I am and have been keeping up with Star Wars for as long as I have. So, for the umpteenth time, it's sad to know that she's gone. And like I said, it's quite ironic how I just came back from Rogue One to find out. You know, um, Pray for her family that, they are given strength to make it through this period of loss. And the unfortunate thing about loss is that the feeling of loss never really goes away. We just kind of learn to deal with it in different ways. So, with that being said, I am. Well, anyway, no, actually, I didn't finish my thought about her family. I just personally pray that her family can make it through this because, she's got a young daughter and a mother who has had to see her child leave the earth before she has. And I just hope that they're given strength through this process. And for those of you who don't personally know Carrie Fisher but have followed her through the many years and are dealing with this loss and taking it quite personally, I pray that you are given strength as well. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. Thanks for listening. And may the force be with you all.